Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Podcast Aunty, and I'm your host, Aparna. Please do remember to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'm also on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, just in case you are more active on those platforms. You can follow me there too. Now, today, let's talk about how smartphones are affecting younger generation negatively and how the instant gratification is making them less patient, especially when they enter the corporate. Have you ever wondered why the younger generation, often referred as millennials, entering the professional world seems to have a sense of entitlement? And why do they always want things fast and become less patient when results don't show up quickly? And what about the increasing levels of stress and anxiety among them? In my view, a significant part, maybe around 75% of these trends, can be linked back to the smartphones. These smartphones have become more than just gadgets. They are a big part of our lives. And they're leaving their mark on how these younger generation thinks and behaves. And I also think some of the blame might also rest with how we parents are raising the kids today. We'll talk about it in details as we go through. You see, we have become a generation that seeks instant gratification. We've got everything at our fingertip: information, entertainment, connection, all thanks to our smartphones. From the moment we wake up in the morning until we go to sleep, our phones are like a constant pulse we can't live without. Oh, and let's not forget the bathroom. Yes, even there. You're answering emails, scrolling through Instagram, watching videos. We spend so much time in there that our bathroom breaks are starting to feel like mini vacations. And this isn't just a problem for the younger generation. It's something many of us do. We're also forgetting how to talk to new people that we don't know. In the past, if we found ourselves in new places or surrounded by new faces, we'd just start conversation. We'll smile, we'll say hello, maybe ask about the weather or something going on nearby. It was a way to connect, even if we didn't know each other. But what do we do now? With our phones in our hands, we have found an easy escape. When we are unsure about how to start a conversation, we can just look at our phones, isn't it? Phones are like a shield protecting us from those moments of uncertainty. And to be honest, we're all turning into mobile zombies. Now let's talk about our road trip, right? In the past, planning a road trip involved a certain level of excitement and uncertainty. We would roughly chart out our route and navigate through unknown places by exploring and asking for directions and sometimes relying on our instincts. So those journeys felt like adventures filled with thrill of discovery. Now fast forward to today. What do we do? Our approach to navigate has drastically changed with the GPS technology integrated into our device, into our phones. Of course, this convenience has its benefit and but it also comes with its own set of drawbacks that impact our experiences and event safety. Let's consider a situation. Today you're going for a long drive. Of course, we all use phone GPS. If your battery runs out, what would you do? I think you might start to panic, search frantically everywhere for a charger, front seat, back seat, everywhere. But the very simple idea of rolling down the car window or stepping outside to ask for direction might not cross our mind. That's how we have become dependent on this device. And now talking about texting, a mobile phone while driving. Texting while driving has become a dangerous trend, leading to significant rise in accidents. In fact, I think I was looking at an old report. There were 3,000 people died from texting while driving in Australia alone. It's not even a global statistics. This is what it is doing to us. Imagine the younger generation now. Because of smartphone, the younger generation today is facing a unique challenges. They've become used to getting things instantly. In the past, waiting was part of our life, but now things have changed. If they want to know anything, they want to know something, they can just look it up in the internet right away. Talk about their favorite TV shows. They don't have to wait for a specific day to watch now. They can stream them online whenever they feel like. Feeling hungry? Apps like Uber Eats can bring foods to their doorstep without having to step outside. Sending messages to friends is so instant through phones. So everything has become quick and immediate. And they are growing up with this device and culture. So it's a big change from how things used to be. And this instant culture is shaping the way they experience the world and making them impatient. They easily get frustrated when things don't happen as quickly as they expect. Everything is instant, from entertainment to food to shopping to information. It's all just a click away. Now, even finding a date has become as simple as swiping right. Another thing, the way kids used to play has changed. Now, if they want to play, instead of going outside to the park, what do? They pick up their device and look for friends online and play games with them. So, no real connection. It makes it hard for them to make real friendship. Talking about friendship, I think friendship is now just based on the number of likes and comments they get on social media, unfortunately. And if a friend doesn't like their post or forgot to give heart emoji, it makes them feel sad. They may not feel the same about their friend. We as a parent and educator need to help our younger generation. They need to be reminded, they need to be told that real friendship are not about the like button on your post. Rather, they are about who will stand by you when things get tough and when you really need them. Now, because of their struggle to make real connection with others, to talk about their thoughts and feeling, anxiety and stress level are also increasing in them. We'll talk about this again. But now let's talk about we as a parent. What's how we constantly reward our kids, regardless of whether they have come first in the race or last in the race. We reward them for participation. We praise them very quickly for anything, as simple as for completing as simple task as finishing a meal, putting away toys. I know the intentions are very positive to boost their confidence and provide positive reinforcement. But you know what happens when they step into the professional world? They don't receive the same treatment because promotions aren't handed out just for doing an okay job. And that this leads to disappointment and demotivation. They stop believing in the value of waiting and working hard to earn respect and higher position. That's why most of the time when you ask this younger generation, how's the job going? It's like, I'm not feeling it. I think I'm not doing okay. Is it because they are so used to instant gratification? We need to help. And that's why the growing stress and anxiety among young generation is rising. There's also a feeling of being alone too that makes their stress and anxiety even worse. Now, what do they do when they are stressed? They're not turning to a real human being for conversation. Rather, they'll just turn into the cell phones. Do you know, based on the statistics, almost 3 in 10 young people have high psychological distress, and almost one quarter feel or have felt lonely or they feel lonely all the time. More than half have needed support with their mental health at some point in their life. because they are not talking. Globally, 1 in 7, 10 to 19 years old experience a mental disorder. This is frightening. I think there could be other factors, but we cannot ignore what this device does to them. So it's time for us to support the younger generation and help ourselves from becoming overly dependent on phones. Of course, it's not that phones are all bad though, right? They have given us great things like instant access to information and ability to stay in touch with loved ones who are not, in the same country. But we need to remember that real life connection matters too. We need to help the younger generation overcome this addiction and use the technology with balance. I don't know all of it, but there are some things I feel that we can do. But what's most important is leading by example, is setting a good example for them. Just like with other manners, kids learn by watching adults. When we show good phone manners to them, it will tell them how to use phone with respect and responsibility. So let's lead by example. Second, let's teach them how to be polite while talking, which is how to use their device respectfully when interacting with others, which is to put our phone away when someone is talking and not interrupt or stop conversation just because they've got a notification or message in their phone. Teach them how they should be giving their full attention to people they are with, rather. Second, I think is most important, balance the screen time. Just like we teach kids not to eat too many sweets or not to indulge watching TV, we should guide them to use their phones in a balanced way. Instead, they could go and spend time playing outside, reading, or hanging out time with family or friends. Third, I think we should also create phone free zones. Just like certain activities like eating is we restrict them to be only eating at the dining table, not on the bed. I think we should make some areas in our house which are phone free. For example, during family meals, get together, phones should be kept away. And if we do that, I'm sure they will do it too. Fourth one I can think of is let's cultivate patience in the young generation. Encourage them activities that require time and effort, such as gardening, painting, crafting, reading, or anything that can help instill the value of patience. It could be even learning a musical instrument or a sport. So let's start on this journey together. A journey where we'll learn to use technology in a balanced way and help young people live with these digital devices. Remember, it's not just about the gadgets, it's about creating a culture of kindness, thoughtfulness, and good phone behavior. With that thought, thank you so much.